Devin's gonna say that and then go out price himself like he always does. Don't bring up Devin Haney. Devin Haney calls out everybody. Don't fight nobody.
But you lined up with
And
Ryan,
on top of that, aside from that, I mean, I knock him out cold, he gonna sue me.
He can say what he want to say. The world knows that I'm Debo for a reason, because I'm the guy pulling up on everyone and wanting to make the biggest, best fights happen. So the duck talk is for somebody else, not for me.
Dev has been putting in work. 3-division world champion, undisputed, traveled over to freaking Australia. You know, not once but twice, took short money too for that.
Rolly Romero erupted after the fight with Devin Haney was reportedly signed, and he didn't hold back. Rolly is claiming Haney talks a lot, but says when they step in the ring, he'll knock him out, and even joked that Haney might try to sue afterward.
Makes sense for you? Is it something that you like?
Can we put a 4x4 ring?
An 18 by 18 ring?
18 by 18, a 4x4, bro.
4x4. But does it sound, I don't know, are you willing to entertain it a little bit more now, given that he did win and you're in a position now also as well as you're the A side?
Rolly took a shot at Devin Haney's record, saying the real big wins in boxing are happening somewhere else, and he claimed Haney still hasn't picked up a truly great victory.
In boxing, he has that win in Mexico that they raised up the opponent's hand. He has that win against Ryan Garcia, and then he also has his win against Jose Ramirez where he didn't throw a single punch. So, yeah, Devin Haney has these incredible wins, that just...
And Rolly didn't hold back after the deal got done, jumping on X to say the ball's not bouncing back into anyone's court anymore. He's signed, it's locked in, it's a big deal. He called the Haneys soft and full of lies, and said he's coming to finish them off for good. That message was clearly aimed at Devin Haney. Devin Haney's side of it was that Rolly wanted this fight, and the whole point is putting together the best possible matchup. Haney also said he's ready to fight anybody once everything's officially signed.
The way you fought in the second half of fights when you've been up on the cards, but one thing no one can say about you is that you duck anybody. You're clearly willing to fight the best. How do you feel like, I know just personally we all experience in our lives, if someone says something about us and we feel like, well, they have a point of view that may be valid or invalid, but if someone says something about us and we feel like they're just lying on us, that's a different feeling. When he said Ducky, what category of criticism did that fall in your own mind?
I mean, I just took it with a grain of salt. I think that he just trying to, sell the fight, which rightfully so. We haven't really heard from Rolly since the Ryan Garcia fight. So, I didn't take it personal. He can say what he want to say. The world knows that, I'm Debo for a reason, because I'm the guy pulling up on everyone and wanting to make the biggest, best fights happen. So, the duck talk is
Bill Haney locked in the fight with a post saying he just hung up with Louis Duba, and now the ball's back in Rolly's court. May 30th, Debo's showing up. As for Devin Haney himself, Tim Bradley says he's chasing something bigger than just wins. He's testing himself against the toughest guys out there, like Rolly, just to see what he's really made of.
Right after the fight, but they're trying to play that all humble stuff over there in Saudi and stuff like that, Why didn't call me out after I beat Ryan?
We're out in Vegas.
Right? I didn't get called out by Dev. I got called out by his daddy. So who knows, bro? I don't really care for it. I don't want anything to really do with it. At the end of it, after I fought Ryan and beat Ryan, right? What I say? I think Devin should still get his rematch. Let him go handle his stuff with his rematch. It has nothing to do with me. I don't want anything to do with it.
Even before this fight got made official, people had already been talking about Devin and Rolly facing off, going back to earlier negotiations and some bad blood between the two camps. Romero had fired back before too, saying Devin and Bill Haney had made a fake call-out at some point.
That's what Dev is chasing. He's chasing straps. The belts mean something to Devin Haney. Yeah, it means something to him. He's trying to get Xander Zayas into the ring, even trying to go up a 4th weight class and testing himself against Xander Zayas, who's a tremendous fighter, who's a tremendous damn boxer, who's bigger than Devin Haney. Way bigger, standing at like 6 foot. And Dev is like, hey, let me get that. I see something I can get with you. My skills against yours, I can get with you. So, look, now that, Rolly Romero Nobody was talking about his scary not wanting to fight freaking Devin Haney, making all these damn excuses. Nobody was calling him a like they trying to call Dev.
Tim Bradley recently weighed in on Devin Haney's newest move, pointing out that Haney went after one of the toughest names in the 147-pound division. Bradley noted Haney had other options sitting right there, big names like Ryan Garcia and Keshin Davis. But instead, he picked Rolando Romero, a guy who's actually beaten Ryan Garcia before. Bradley says that choice matters, because it shows Haney's willing to take on someone genuinely dangerous instead of an easy night. Still, he pushed back a little, saying Haney's been dodging other top guys for a while now.
Man, I'm trying to explain this to you guys, man. He saw the biggest and the baddest dude at 147 pounds. Could have Dev went and gave an offer to Barrios? He saw the biggest and baddest dude. And he said, oh yeah, I want him, right? After coming off of two performances, not one, but two performances. That Ramirez performance was oh my goodness. And the one before that, of course, we know what happened, you know, all the allegations and all that bullshit. But yeah, it wasn't a great performance, you know. But then he fights Norman Jr., who is the man at 147 pounds. Remember that shit. Don't forget that. Power punching, knocking people out, putting motherfuckers in coma. Dev stepped in the ring with him. Iced his ass.
Bradley pointed out that Haney's picking Romero right after two performances that weren't exactly his best. Dion's clearly got the talent, nobody's arguing that, but those last couple fights had people wondering if he's really ready for something this risky. Stepping in with Romero, Bradley says, is Haney's way of rebuilding trust in himself and reminding everyone where he stands. And yeah, Bradley admits it could really pay off if Haney brings his A game. Taking on someone as strong and skilled as Romero gives Haney a chance to make noise, prove he's still on top, and shut up anybody doubting his willingness to fight the best. Bradley thinks this fight could swing Haney's career either way. Rolly, by the way, is the same guy who beat Ryan Garcia.
To do in a fight like Rolly. He's a big puncher, he's an athletic kid, and you've had problems with that, but you've also had success against that. So which version of Dev is the best Dev to go against that style?
Just coming out there with a dominant jab, offsetting his timing with your movement, the feints, and being confident in your shots. Don't try to do too much, but at the same time, you're gonna have to put something on Rolly a little bit, because Rolly only respect power. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying Dev don't have the power, but you're gonna have to make him feel it. You know what I'm saying?
So no sharp, feathery shit?
No, you got to whoop his ass. You got to whoop Rolly ass, because that's the only thing he respects. Rolly only look bad when he get his ass kicked.
He only respect violence?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Greg Hackett gave everyone a bit of a reality check on the Devin Haney versus Rolando Romero talk, saying this fight's going to happen before any Ryan Garcia rematch. Greg thinks it's shaping into one of the best matchups the lightweight division's seen in a while. He believes Haney's going to need everything he's got, especially that sharp jab and perfect timing, to deal with Romero properly. Romero's not your average opponent either. He hits hard, moves fast, and fights in a way that's just hard to prepare for, making him a real threat to anyone around 135 to 147 pounds. Hackett also said the timing lines up in a way that makes this fight more likely to land before Garcia even gets his rematch.
Right.
What'd you think of that?
I mean, it's chess. At the same time, that's a great fight. Rolly coming off a good performance versus Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney lost to Ryan Garcia initially, but that would be like a good little triangle situation. You know what I'm saying? I like that fight. If they do fight, I wouldn't be mad at it. I like it.
May 30th, Barclays,
May 30th is the
New York.
perfect time. New York is the perfect spot. All I gotta do is ride up the road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Good job.
Who wins?
I don't know, because we're looking at a better Rolly. Rolly being better with his patience, better with his jab, and we know he's a big puncher. Devin Haney is a hell of a boxer, but can he?
While everyone's been waiting on Haney versus Garcia, Greg says the Romero fight is actually coming together much faster. Haney's got the skill and the discipline, sure, but Romero's aggression and power mean there's zero room to slack on preparation. Greg's point here is that this fight really matters for where Haney's career goes next. If he wants to keep his name strong and keep climbing, he's got to walk in locked in, sharp, and confident. This one could shape the next chapter for both guys, especially with Romero looking to make a statement of his own.
Garcia lost to. But the crazy part to me is that when Ryan Garcia lost to him, man, the funny thing is how everybody is so empathetic towards Ryan. Oh, Ryan, it's okay, man. You'll be back. All this shit. Yeah, now everybody trying to call Dev a Ryan, he didn't want to fight Dev back then. If he did, he would have won that damn fight. If he did, he would have won that damn fight with Rolly Romero because he was supposed to win that fight. He was a heavy-ass favorite in that fight. But he didn't because he didn't want to fight Dev. He didn't want to fight Dev then, but ain't nobody talking about that. They just said, oh, he had an off night. His soul was tampered with and all this.
People in the boxing world have been talking about why Haney skipped Ryan Garcia to go after Rolando Romero instead, and most agree it comes down to both smart strategy and good timing. A lot of folks think Haney's chasing the bigger check here, a fight that brings serious stakes and a real shot to prove something in the division. Fans wanted Garcia, no doubt, but Haney's team clearly saw Romero as the faster, more valuable opportunity, one that puts him on a bigger stage and gets people talking.
And Devin has commanded these purses from his bigger fights. He's probably not going to look to backtrack, even though he's stepping down to an unknown name in Lewis Crocker. So that fight logistically probably doesn't make sense. So what else is left? I guess Rolly, For me, I've already told y'all what I feel. The number one fight that should be happening for Devin is this part right here. Ryan Garcia part 2. I don't know how we've gotten to the point where, and I understand Rolly's a champion, but I don't understand how we got to the point of Rolly being the target.
Experts are also saying this shows Haney's thinking ahead with his career. He's chasing fights that bring in both the money and the respect. Sure, some people are criticizing him for skipping Garcia, but taking on Romero is a calculated gamble, one where Haney's betting he can prove he's the real deal and ride the wave he's already built, turning this into a fight nobody wants to miss.
On DAZN literally days ago, talking about Ryan has a great backstory, there's bad blood there, and the timing is good. It'll be the biggest fight in boxing. So how do we go from that to days later, you're talking about Rolly, the ball's in your court? Y'all let me know in the comment section. I don't think the Rolly fight is quote unquote bad or horrible. It's a watchable fight. Rolly is an entertainer. He has power. So people would probably tune in for that dynamic. But to kind of take Devin's career to another level, this needs to be re-examined and rectified. Ryan, look, he looks softer and stuff like that. He looked like in his last fight, he truly trained a bit harder.
Max Kellerman recently talked about all the criticism Devin Haney took after his fight with Norman Jr., admitting a lot of fans and analysts questioned how Haney handled that fight and what it said about him. Kellerman said the loss got people talking about whether Haney can really stay consistent when the pressure's on against the best. But Haney didn't let it shake him, responding with a level head, saying one fight doesn't sum up his whole career.
Boxing really over the second half and just kind of because you were holding him more and all that kind of stuff. How do you respond to that?
No, I wasn't doing the holding. It was him that was doing the holding. If you go back and look at the fight, he initiated a lot of the clinches. Yep. But it's all experience. You learn from it. I do think that I could have got the stoppage if I would have pressed on the gas a little bit more. But I was listening to my corner and just staying disciplined. And it is what it is. We move on to the next. Let's not forget, that was a fight that a lot of people picked me to lose,
including me. By the way, based on the way you looked against Ramirez, including me, right? And you dominated.
Yeah, exactly. So you cannot be critical of it if you picked the guy to beat me, and which a lot of people actually picked the guy to not only beat me, to knock me out. So that's a fight that I dominated. In my opinion, I think I won him.
Haney was honest about it, saying he just didn't show up at his best against Norman Jr. and ended up losing, but he also said setbacks are just part of getting better in this sport. He said the whole thing, tough as it was, taught him things he needed to learn and made him sharper. Haney pointed out the worst was already behind him, and going through it only made him a tougher, more ready fighter. Kellerman said that kind of mindset is exactly what separates the elite guys, since bouncing back from a loss usually builds the resilience and drive needed for what's next. Haney's response, according to Kellerman, shows real growth and a hunger to come back stronger in the big fights ahead.
It went that way, but I definitely feel like it brought the best out of me. And some people with that you know, if that happened to them, it's either gonna make you or break you. And you know, like I said, it wasn't easy. But I came out on top. It made me better, and I just used it as an experience. And that's why I knew that a guy like Brian Norman just couldn't beat me, because you know, just what I've been through. You know, my experience, my you know, I feel like the worst could already happen already. So when I go into these fights, I feel like, you know, that was the worst that could happen. And pretty much I just go in there with that mindset. And
boxing analyst Bernie Thoxer spoke recently about the Ryan Garcia rematch talk, saying it might actually be in trouble now. Bernie said fans were hoping to see that rematch happen, but Haney seems to have his mind on other things. Devin's looking to test himself against the hardest opponents out there, which is exactly why he's going after Rolando Romero, someone a lot of people consider one of the scariest fighters in the whole division, and it sounds like he's heading toward that Romero fight up at welterweight.